What's happening, people? United Essentially back again with another video. I'm with my two guys. Aaron to my right. What's happening, bro?
Where's the Ollie juice?
Ollie juice, where's the Ollie juice?
Where's the Ollie juice?
Ollie's about, mate. What Ollie juice, man? He's been having some of that, mate. He's on the tightrope, mate. Tightrope. Nuruddin, what are you telling me? Twitter coming at you? Been a bit quiet. I feel like you're kind of looking on the overground, you know what I mean? You're laughing at us, you know what I mean? You're laughing at the banter of Ollie Out Brigade.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed. I'm amazed. No, you know what? Because I feel like Twitter, you're just having the same old arguments, and you're saying the same old things, and it can get draining sometimes. And you know, real life sometimes takes hold, and real life took hold. You know what I mean? Football is something that we all enjoy, but you know, there's been some tragedy with some friends of mine.
So rest in peace to all those.
Yeah. So I've just been taking care, you know what I mean, being there for friends and people, man.
Yeah.
What needs to be done. But the thing, it's really fascinating. I don't know if you've seen the piece of news that came out from and
Herrera, yeah. We'll touch on that.
Literally just seen it now.
Yeah, Herrera. But it's like Louis van Gaal says it. David Moyes, even though none of us wanted him, and nobody wanted him really, he got the job by default. Do you know what I mean? Fergie offered him the job by default, right? And he messed it up. We all know why. There's ex-players, there's Rio Ferdinand, there's Patrice Evra, there's everybody coming out. There's Namadia Vidic saying the guy didn't know what the hell he was doing, right? Yeah. But when Van Gaal comes out and says, Bayern Munich, you don't even know Bayern Munich, he was having wars with the Hoeneß and Beckenbauer and these guys, he goes, at least I can respect those people. Yeah. I can respect those people because at least those people are footballing people. Yeah. But when you got your boy Ed Woodward, and now then you think the magic bullet somehow, Ollie gets out the space, Ollie's taken, you know what I mean, Ollie's headed out, and next minute Man United are miraculously gonna recover and we're gonna go out there in a transfer and we're gonna do this. None of that happening. Herrera is a footballing guy, he's from Bilbao, right? The culture in Spain, they live and breathe football, we all know it, right? He's a guy who bought into Man United, and when he just recently left the club, coming out and saying things like that, sometimes I think I don't make the points that I make about Ed Woodward and the football structure enough. But when I hear these comments, I even worry even more, thinking, what the hell? I mean, his quote is, I enjoyed my time in Manchester United immensely. I had a fantastic time, but I felt sometimes it wasn't about football, it was about other things. When he says that, knowing that he's got Mata, still a really good friend, he's got David De Gea, really good friend, and then people are having a pop where Pogba wants to go.
Can I counterflip that though? But then he's leaving.
Counterpoint is the
counterpoint or counterflip, you know. My dictionary, this is a science dictionary. But if you look at it though, he's gone to PSG, a club that's fueled by our money. You know what I mean? He's on a decent wage. You know what I mean? God willing to win trophies.
He got a 5-year contract.
5-year contract.
Did they give him a
5-year contract? Why do you think he went? 5-year contract.
So
5-year
does that
contract.
make his point really invalid? Because of the fact that he's gone there.
No, it's valid because he still cares. He's still got a relationship with the fans.
The fact that he speaks about it shows that obviously
he cares. Do you think he's putting it out there because we're playing them next week in the Champions League, something quarter-final or something? Like he's trying to cause havoc.
Please no.
Do you know what I mean? Is he doing that? So you have to understand, why would he chose this moment? It was Sport Witness, I think it was the interview, right? Or one of the quotes.
Something like that, I don't know, I didn't see that.
And it's like, what he's saying, you're like, wow. And then we get the whole propaganda thing that's coming all this week and the past week. So we get, January is not a good time. I said it. If you know, watch the podcast back again, January is not that. No, Woodward came out beforehand. Ollie's just doing what Woodward what his boss tells him he's doing.
But is that the best idea to do though?
No,
he's got his dream job. He's got
for the people that don't understand, tell them what Woodward's doing.
So the propaganda has been building up in it. So basically, Woodward's been taking heat. The hashtag Glazers out, Woodward out has built over the summer, and it's been going up and down like that in terms of when United results. Because most United fans don't want to really be talking bad. Man United, right? So give historical perspective, right? Man United, since what happened to the history of '58, right? What happened? Man United has been a club culture that's really come around itself, right? Where it's us against them because we know we're arrogant, and the reasons why we sing we sing who the F?
Yeah.
Listen, who the F for Man United? You know what?
Because we're all hated. Yeah.
Listen, because the thing goes above Stretford though. Hated, but never ignored. Like, we always are a big blockbuster, iconic club. Now the media, a lot of them is filth white. This is not conspiracy theory. If you grew up in certain time in the 70s and 80s, and you're a journalist of certain age, Liverpool was your team.
Yeah.
Now, regardless how unbiased you're going to try to be, your bias is going to come out in your writings and hatred for Man United.
Yeah.
That's why Fergie would ban certain journalists. So there's a historical thing about Man United coming together. So generally, more than any fan, I don't know about the young fans, but I know historically, certain majority of United fans will never come out and bash the club, right? Will never always try to protect the club. That's why you get a lot of people will get frustrated with fans who say, support the club, support the manager, support your team. A lot of them, they have the old mentality. Listen, they have the old mentality because there is a historical context to this. Yeah. Because we would have hated everybody who not won us. And Fergie used to get the newspaper clippings. That used to be his team talk. Look what they're saying.
Yeah. But now it could be our downfall.
No, but what I'm saying to you, I'm just, I don't know the time, but I'm just saying to you, there is a context to this. But the propaganda's come out in the past weeks. Edward would give interviews to the fan scene, to our fan scene magazine, giving an interview, right, and coming out saying, I've got the best team, I've got this, and then straight away the media suite at Old Trafford communication department have sat down and said to Ollie and Woodward, this is the plan, this is how we're going to survive the next couple of months, because advertisers are taking note what's going on in Man United, right? Yeah. And so they have to come out fighting. Now the piece of the thing that I want to go back to my point was that now they're saying January is a very difficult. We already know that. How many times have we said that in the summer? January is not an easy time. You have to spend real money to get to purchase players, especially the quality players that we need.
We're gonna have to spend big.
Yeah. We're gonna have to spend big. Yeah. Now they're coming out. Woodward first came out and said, "Well, January is a bit dodgy." Again, Ollie at some point, a company man, he has to, because that's what you have to be if you want to take into what Man United is. And the thing that what we blamed Mourinho for, his football was crap. He came and threw our club under the bus. We're not talking about owners change. Football clubs are owned by the football fans. What your manager says hurts the football fans, not the owners, not the people in charge, not the people working there. The people who support globally as well, not just who go to the stadium. So that is already been in place to say what's going to happen in January. And Herrera's not coming out to try to hurt any Man United fans or to hurt or to have a go at us. He's coming out to say, guys, it's worse than you think it is.
If you touch on that what you just said there, judging on what Herrera said and judging what Ollie's now said, it's almost a case of, you know, if Wood is going to say that, are you going to go say that and fail under him? Because you know who's going to be sacked. It's going to be Ollie. Yeah. You know, so if you're going to be a puppet here and say, you know what, I'm gonna comment what, you know, I'm gonna say what Wood would say right now. And say, you know what, it's looking a bit shifty. So what's your comments on like and the Herrera situation and the situation where, you know, Nurin said about Ollie and the no January sign? What do you think about that, man?
I think they've lied to us again. But I think some people already knew in January it's going to be hard, like Nurin says, to get any type of player, especially a player with quality and a player that we need in a certain position. It's hard. And it's super rare that you find a rare gem and then he just fits into your squad and then becomes to be a legend, like Vidic, do you know what I mean?
But you almost shot.
But they gave us hope. That's what I'm trying to say. They gave us hope, saying in January we might be able to get someone. It might be, and then the rumours came Maddison in January. Well, I knew Leicester were never going to sell Maddison in January. They're playing attractive football. They're in the top 4. They're on the course of playing Champions League football next season. If they beat Arsenal tomorrow, they're in 9 points clear of Arsenal. Which means they would basically stay in the top 4 until at least Christmas. So there's no way they're going to sell Maddison. But still, Ollie's coming out and said, he came out and said, yeah, you know, 1 or 2 signings. So in the fans' heads, they're like, we're going to sign someone. Because we know how thin our squad is. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So they came out and gave us hope that, you know, maybe in January we might be able to make 1 or 2 signings. Now they're coming out and saying it might be 1, might be 2, but it might be no signings. So in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. Nobody's coming.
I just feel like Ollie's going to be the guy to, you know, be the downfall of all this, you know what I mean?
And then another thing I want to say about Ollie and all these press conferences, I don't know who's telling him to chow all this rubbish, man. I don't know who's... Rashford came out the other day talking about top 4. I'm like, top 4? Do you know how far that is?
Yeah.
is so far ahead of us. Like, there's no, we're not a top 4 team, we're not a top 6 team, we're not even a top 10 team. So how are we, we're 10th now, we're 10th, 11th?
10th, 11th, yeah.
How are we 11th, but we're talking about top 4?
You have to have aspirations.
But you have to be, I know, but you have to be realistic at the same time.
I said to me, I think United fans have fallen the expectations. I feel like now the United fans have almost accepted. Like, I don't know about you, I don't know what you expect as a football club, but do you not see yourself as an elite club and say, you know what, we should be getting top 4. We shouldn't be allowing Leicester, whose manager just came only last season.
We should, but at the same time, when I tell you we have to be realistic, is we should be getting top 4, but at the same time, I'm like, no. We're nowhere near good enough to be in the top 4. So right now, yes, we are.
Should you not beat West Ham away from home?
We should.
Should you not beat Crystal Palace at home?
We should. Not without a doubt.
And there you go then. You know what I mean? Results bring confidence and they bring you up to the table.
Not necessarily.
Results do bring confidence.
But when you got no real quality.
Yeah.
In your squad, when you don't have a proper squad and quality.
Because we won against Partizan, Norwich and stuff, and then we went to lose against Bournemouth. I mean,
I sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna keep this answer short. I said it. I'm calm. The reason why I'm calm, and me and you were out there filming, and I said to you, we didn't sign 2 midfielders. We needed a striker. We needed 2 midfield players and a striker. We didn't sign them. I said to you, we are gonna be around mid-table. And this
surely that squad's enough to get top 4.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No. Listen, Saeed.
Leicester, you're telling me, I know Leicester's got a better squad, yeah?
Saeed,
I know Leicester's got a better squad.
Saeed, position.
But the mentality, the club mentality.
Saeed, how many sporting directors did Leicester have? Leicester won the league because the sporting director was finding
I know.
And finding mirrors in there. Yeah. Tell me when Man United had that type of structure where you were finding gems from different places.
Yeah, but I'm on about, did Leicester this season, did they target top 4, yes or no?
Saeed, on our predictions, what did I say? On the predictions that I did with you, what did I say?
You said Leicester top 6.
What did I say? Everton, Leicester, or Wolverhampton? One of them.
Well, you got Everton wrong.
Yeah,
you got Everton wrong, didn't you?
I haven't got the bloody genie, have I? But I did say the same thing. Yeah. No, I said Wolves are involved. Their squad can't cope with 2 competitions, and they're still doing bits in the Europa League as well. Yeah. And they're
results.
Listen. The main point I'm missing, I said one of those 3 is going to break into the. Did I not say yes?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, I did say that.
I said even Harry Maguire, because in my head I was thinking Harry Maguire is better than what I actually thought he was, because I was thinking Nuruddin, stop being so negative about Harry Maguire, because I kept repeating it and saying this guy's slow on the turn, this guy ain't got no pace, and this guy can get found out.
Better than that.
Like, listen, and I was thinking, so we're signing him, I'm trying to gas him up, give the guy confidence, but Leicester are actually doing better without him. I posted a thing that when we got beat, he's like that on his knees, like that when he conceded a goal. And I put on the caption on Twitter, has anybody got a spare time machine?
No, but in all honesty,
listen, honestly, I don't think you understand. I understand. My relationship of understanding how the strategy of the Glazers and Edwards has worked. I understood this. You don't understand. You think you're frustrated now. I was very frustrated at 2011 when Man are licking Arsenal 8-2 at Old Trafford, because I knew we saw Ronaldo, Tevez. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man United, in terms of midfield, we were horrendous, and I put Lassana Diarra. I keep repeating this again. And the Dutch kid, but at that time I didn't care. We just needed somebody there. Yeah. We needed somebody to be in the club.
You know what baffles me?
To the point where we had to play Rooney in midfield.
Exactly. So this thing
baffles me.
Listen, this thing about. Please let me finish it. This thing about. You're thinking Man United are run, right, like a proper structured club where you've got sporting directors, you've got head of recruitment and a manager. Like Bayern Munich are. By the way, Bayern Munich manager walked. And he walked.
Yeah.
He walked.
So why can't Ollie walk? Why can't Ollie walk?
He walked because, listen what I'm saying to you, he knows there's no excuse for him to say, they've not backed me to spend money.
Because they have.
They have. Yeah. He walked and said, I haven't got the support of everybody at the club, right? They gave him the support enough because Bayern Munich fans were going crazy, going, who?
Yeah.
Right, who's this guy?
Did he not walk?
Let me ask you, listen,
and they said this knowing that he played for them.
Yeah, right.
Imagine
did he not walk because it was out of depth?
No.
Did he not walk?
No. He said, because this were his words. That was an official statement. He said, I had a meeting, an urgency meeting with Rummenigge and Hoeneß, and Salihamidzic.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation, and we came to the conclusion that due to recent results and what was it? Due to recent results and the way we've been playing, which means poor.
Yeah.
We have come to the decision that it was best for me to walk.
Yeah.
So what can Ollie do? Best for me to walk,
No, because-
and now you walk.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
The problem about Ollie is that what you think as Ollie is sat there frustrated in Norway watching Man United games.
Yeah, but why should I suffer
listen,
though? Why should I suffer?
Because the thing about you're suffering not because of Ollie, you're suffering because of the Glazers. You're suffering
Nah,
because
I'm
of
not suffering because of the games. That's for me the long-term issue.
What?
Short-term
What
issue.
long-term issue?
Long-term issue. As in, we're not going to. Are we going to structure that right
Listen.
now? Are we going to sort out the Glazers issue right now?
We have to build the pressure to sort it out.
So
now.
why we're not doing
More
it?
than
then?
ever. People
apparently,
are. People are.
you see
Yeah,
that
but you know
tweet?
what? You know what the sound is. You know what the
see-
sound is. In.
People
You know what
are.
the sound is. In. Yes or no?
Listen, the Saudis are murdering people, man.
Oh, but
There's
yeah, but that's a
football and
problem.
humanity, man.
Where do we start then, though? Where do we
Billionaire.
start?
Listen, the best thing to do for me personally, like I said, and people have been doing. That's why Ed Woodward is on the propaganda campaign, right? More than ever before, because we didn't hear him from 6 years. We didn't hear from him other than the shareholders meeting.
never used to
right?
speak-
We
yeah, you
didn't
used to
hear from
speak
him.
like that, yeah.
So the pressure is doing something. The hashtag Glazers and Woodward out is doing something. That's why he's on the offensive. Now, what they're doing is manipulated the fans to think, majority of us who grew up with that team, right? Maybe you two haven't grown up with that team, right? The legends, right? No, people just say, Ollie just stuck out a leg. That's what the most disrespectful thing is. Because he stuck out a leg in 99.
No name.
He stuck out a leg in 99. That don't make... Listen, he scored. He was happy to sit on the bench and come on and change crucial games. So that treble season, it was his goals. His goals that won trophies, mate. Put some respect on his name. I'm sick of this now. I'm sick of all these Wally. I'm sick of it.
As a player, as a manager,
as a manager,
Is he out
you
of
go
step?
and get me now 5 or 2, even 2 managers.
Ten Hag, Pochettino.
No, they were. Pochettino's lost more games. Oh my God!
Oh my
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
Pochettino. How many games has Pochettino
saying
lost?
that-
Please, Eric, can you
Oh my
educate?
God.
How many games has Pochettino lost in the league? I'm
He
asking
took
the
it to the
question.
Champions League final.
Pochettino-
He took it to the Champions League
I
final.
don't care what. That's a cup, mate. That's a cup
man.
knockout final. Anybody?
Oh
That's
my
7 games.
God, guys.
I'm talking about leagues, your bread and butter, right? How many? Look at Ollie's record and look at Pochettino's record.
Oh my.
I'm asking you
Are
a
you
question.
comparing these two?
No, we're talking about record. We're talking about record. We're talking about recent record.
Oh my
Pochettino's lost 20 games, mate. They lost 20 games last
Have you
season.
seen where he took them from? Have you seen where he took them from? From the down.
I'm not talking about. Listen, I'm not talking about. They've got. Look at their quality they have in that team, and he's still losing games right left
Second
and
in the league,
centre.
second in the league, Leicester, yeah.
But I think
Champions
it's
League
because
final.
they've
All
got-
right,
What are you
come on,
talking
man.
about?
Respect the guy.
They've got issues between themselves in the dressing
on, man.
room, and he's
I
in
can't
a
believe
feud-
what I've just said.
He's in a feud with Danny
Listen.
Levy, and do you know what I mean?
Aaron, Lukaku is dissing Manchester United right, left, and centre. Sanchez is flying back and forth. Do you think Lukaku, Ollie wanted to get rid of Lukaku and Sanchez just like that because he wanted to get rid of them? No, he didn't. He did not want to get rid of them, right? He did not want to get rid of them. They wanted to go. It's clear. Pogba is the other one, and we covered it already on this podcast.
He's
We're
going.
all round. Pogba wanted to leave. He had to make the choice. The club said, "We're going to support you. We'll go and get the players that you need." They let him down. I know, you know, Van Gaal knows, even Mourinho, we don't agree with, he knows, David Moyes knew. How many people were promised, how many players were promised, they were like, oh yeah, we spoke to the representative of Cruz, Fabregas, we spoke to, what's his name? Thiago, we spoke to Thiago. No, Cruz, Thiago, and Fabregas.
Yeah.
Right, we spoke to them. Did they ever put on a Man United shirt? Now you're telling me,
That's because they want.
I can't wait for Glazers. Listen, the fish,
where's your energy for the Glazers
saying
from?
goes is the fish head rots from the head. And before, you know what you said? I'm gonna make this point. You said he's a yes man.
Yeah, he is a yes
You
man.
know what? How many teams are in the league?
20.
Right? Every manager is a yes man. Do you know why? You have a boss. You're picking up your P45,
I don't
mate.
know,
man.
Every manager. No, listen. Except for certain managers who have enough clout, when they build enough reputation and enough clout, and then they can use the fans against the owners. That's happened before. Where certain people will come out and say, you know what? We need more. We need, like Pochettino's a couple of times have come out and said, because everybody can see in a press conference, he's come out and said, if we're gonna go to the next level, if we're gonna go out there and go to the next level, we need to sign players.
Can I just make a point here? Can I just make
The
a
guy
point?
doesn't sign. So I'm gonna tell you, when you have a boss, when you have bosses, Ollie in a way, I can't defend, he signed a deal with the devil because he reckons he can sort out the Man United problem structurally in the momentum. Ollie does not think he's going to be here 10 years or he's going to be here 5 years. Or he's not. The best thing what anybody says, listen, no. The best thing what Ollie can do is sort out some of the structure in terms of, especially into squad, clearing out the shit, right? No, he can't. 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 Not like the way he's doing it.
What if he doesn't succeed in changing the structure?
But then we're back to square one and we're fucked. But Allegri coming here without a footballing director.
Pedigree though. Pedigree
of what?
Pedigree counts for
Pedigree in what country?
To be tactical in games. To not hide away from games.
You were dying on the Mourinho. You were dying. And Mourinho copied 1969 Italian football style. This guy is actually fucking Italian. He's Italian, mate. He is Italian.
You know what it is for me, man?
Stop this, man. Seriously, stop this.
The day people like Nordin, yeah, and I like you, Nordin, yeah, but the people like the day
I will criticize Ollie. I will criticize Ollie, and I do. And you picked Ashley Young, it kills me. Yeah. It kills me to think, why are you picking Ashley Young?
Yeah, but it
kills me. Listen to me, he's one of the biggest faults.
Yeah,
Every team gives him the ball. He offers nothing in attack, nothing in defense.
That's one player.
Nothing in attack, not in defense, right?
One player already.
We've been screaming for Fred. Fred's playing. Mm-hmm. We've been screaming McTominay Master, as you call him, right?
Yeah, he's playing well.
Yeah. He gets injured, and you're telling me we're all sweating now for Sunday against Brighton. What? Do you think Ollie's got the money to go on? If it was Ollie who had the money, he would splash it to go and get players, mate. He doesn't have the money. He is trying to do certain things. Yeah, Ollie will walk. I promise you now, Ollie will not be giving P45. Ollie would walk because he's a fan of Man United. But that's the big difference. That when you guys are after this quick results, and you think this is a magic switch over without having a structure, you ain't gonna do jack. City know it, Liverpool know it. Why do you think Liverpool?
Yeah, but Liverpool sacked Kenny Dalglish, yeah? Kenny Dalglish, a legend of the football club.
No, before that, who did they sack before that? Roy Hodgson.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. You have to keep sacking until you find the right one. That's what.
How many did they sack?
This is my view on it. This is my view. I don't mind. Because people keep saying, oh, we can't keep sacking managers. Okay, but we're not living in an era anymore where a manager's going to stay in the club for 4 or 5 years, let alone 10, 20. Those years are done. We've had Ferguson, we've had Wenger, that's finished. No one is ever going to do that ever again, in my opinion.
No, of course not.
So right now, in my opinion, because I don't want to compare us to them, but look at Chelsea. How many managers have they sacked? How many trophies have they won?
Right, but yes.
Aaron, how many trophies have they won?
But how is their football structure? How many sporting directors have they had?
How much
talent have they got? How much money has he spent? $1.5 billion. That's how much.
If it's not being structured,
he came in.
There's no structure there. You know why? You know why there's no structure? How can you be sacking managers if you've got no structure then?
Listen, because the guy who owned it wanted to get the most successful. They had a formula. Their players that were bought. Why do you think Conte left? Why do you think Jose left? I'm asking this question. No, because of that. Because the players that they wanted, both Conte and Jose, got headed out. Why did Scolari get sacked? The players he wanted got headed out. All of them, the guys who were buying players were the 2 key advisors who've been there for years and years at sporting directors and consultants for that guy, Ibrahimovic, right? They've been the guys who have been there by his side. Always. Are you kidding me?
No, I think
you're rewriting football history. You're telling me this is wrong.
No. I think
Google it. Who's been advising him? Who's been advising him?
Hear me out. One second.
That lady's been advising.
The black guy. You have a sporting director of a black. Sitting behind Jose Mourinho and they're going, oh yeah, Jose Mourinho doesn't want this guy or doesn't want. Chelsea they've been a very unique club. They've always had consultants at the highest level, guys who knew about football. In the background, he is the kind of owner who goes to the training. He goes to the training, talk to the players. If you looked at Chelsea have always had a different kind of structure. They sack managers. Why? Because they've had amazing players on the pitch. They've had some of the best talent this country. When he came in, he hoarded some of the best talent and continued to buy some of the best players in the country.
That's why he's a serial winner. Abramovich is a serial winner.
Are the Glazers? Glazers were telling Fergie, get out there, Fergie, and tell them, we've made you the highest paid manager in the country for a reason. Get out there and tell them. Listen, let me finish this. Yeah. Tell them there's no value in the market. This was Fergie, and now you're telling me, oh, Ollie, no. When they're telling Fergie to get out there and say what we have to say, so was Fergie a puppet then? Fergie was a puppet then.
Fergie for me run the club.
Fergie was a puppet then.
But he covered a lot of that bullshit.
Yeah. Because why? He had a lot of prestige and he was a genius in terms of motivating players.
My point is, the day we have fans like you, Nuruddin, who accept this.
I'm not
you're accepting this, man. Because
I'm accepting the Glazer ownership.
Because you don't think United should not challenge for top 4, yeah? You should not think that, you know what, against Bournemouth, yeah?
That framing is ridiculous.
I feel like you're accepting this.
I'm not.
United fans,
This is the reality.
Accepting this.
It's the reality.
This reality.
It's the reality.
No, Aaron, we talked
My
about
thing
before.
is,
Yeah, go on.
my thing is, you know, the Glazers and everything, Woodward, I agree with everything you said. But I can't say that every time we lose a game.
No, I'm not saying that.
You know what I mean? Because it seems like, not you, but a lot of fans seem to, when we lose a game, oh, no, it's not Ollie, it's the Glazers. But then when we win, oh, then it's Ollie. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make people understand that regardless of what's going on upstairs, we still have games to play. We still have, you know, teams to put out there, formations to put out there, and we still, at the end of the day, have to, because it's a result-driven business, we still have to get results. And whether people like it or not, if we lose, you can't always blame the owner just for losing.
I have never come on here and ever blamed any result on anybody. Never.
Not you.
Never.
But a lot of fans.
If you look at my Twitter timeline, I will criticize team lineup, tactics. I will criticize Ollie, the way he's thinking about certain players, and just keep playing them and keep playing what the players that are gone.
What's your fine line?
Because remember, we gave him
criticize a manager without saying to him, with you saying, it looks like 1 week he wins and you jump in.
No, I did not jump. I jumped
next minute, you're like,
I jumped on
if you don't get sacked. No, I'm just.
This is what pissing me off. This is what pissing me off.
I'm just saying. I'm
not having that. United won, yeah. United won. Not Ollie. That's you.
No, I'm not.
No, Ollie. If United win, yeah. Ollie in. That's not about me.
That's the biggest thing.
It's not. Win it.
You know what? You both know me. You see my Twitter. When we win, when we lose, I'm never too extreme either way, because I think this season
that's
for me.
Your expectation.
No, this season.
My expectation.
When we didn't buy, if Ollie was a guy with the money, had to go and buy, and if he didn't buy, right, the most degrading thing what they made him do is to come out and say, no, it's my decision. That to me is the most degrading thing, because in the heart of hearts, there's a thing that's with Ollie in terms of, and I would criticize that, he dreamt about this job from the day he set in foot Old Trafford. One day I'm going to be manager and I'm going to replace Fergie. And that's why some of the players are coming out. I mean, actually, the most embarrassing thing saying, it's like having Fergie. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right? You know, that was just cringe levels.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you, it's a perception. I know you're not. I know you win because you're happy when your team won. But I'm saying to you, don't characterize me as somebody who's just accepting this. I know where we are as Man United. We are to be.
Don't get me wrong. There are people accepting this though.
Listen, I'm not. I'm saying I'm calm this season. You listen to my words. Every time I talk, I said I'm calm this season because I know our structure is ridiculous.
Let me ask you a question.
And it's about football. It's about recruiting players. And you're only good as your recruitment.
Can I ask you a question? So you said for this season you're calm, right?
Yeah, I said that.
Would you be calm for this season if we finish just above the relegation zone?
Because of the squad that we have.
Oh, come on.
I would believe just what.
Like imagine like it's the like worst case scenario. Last game of the season.
No, that's ridiculous.
We win.
That's ridiculous.
We're above the relegation.
You know what? Actually, deep down aspects of me wants us to go down to the Glazers sell up because
that's where
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had the same thought. You know?
No.
Listen, the only way the Glazers are gonna leave, like unless the Saudis come in now. The only way
not making any money anymore.
The only way the Glazers are gonna go, we're
I think that's a wrong thought to have though.
No, it's a wrong thought, but listen, check this.
We had more crowds in the
way
1970s when we went down, pal.
The only way.
I'm still young.
Listen, the only way the Glazers are gonna sit down and go, yo, man, then we need to dip is if we go down, bro.
No, but Unai Emery is about to get sacked. Valdivieria is about to get sacked. Niko Kovac sacked.
They've got structures.
No, but what I'm telling you, it's not about that.
I'm not worried about them.
It's not about that.
Barcelona, I've got amazing structure. They vote for the president. You know that Barcelona. Let me educate you. Of course.
No, it's not
when
about
you've got
Bayern as
structure.
well.
Bayern have got. Listen. When you
It's
listen.
evolution.
Everton have got
You
structure.
know they vote for the president.
You know they vote for the president.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Imagine
I've got
you
man
know,
like
yeah.
Edu. So Edu and those guys,
He's
right?
just coming to job now.
They had another guy before that.
They didn't have any of these
Yeah, but
guys.
the guy before he was a.
They had Raul Sanelli.
No.
Raul Sanelli came last
They
season.
had Gazidis. They had.
Mitterrand left
Yeah,
because
left.
Mitterrand left.
Yeah.
They had somebody there. Then Edu came in, right? That's why they signed Pepe, Tini,
Yeah.
and these are the guys that they've signed.
Yeah, yeah.
And they also hoarded some young players in Europe, right? Listen, guys who know about football, if we had that at Old Trafford on my mother's grave, regardless what I think of Ollie, whether I love him or not, because some people are accusing him like, do I take Ollie to bed? Right? Have I got Ollie duvets? You know, my friends.
I think you do. I really do,
People
man.
are coming after me.
Ollie juice, yeah. Ollie juice, mate.
This
You know what I mean? How much is he paying you a month, man? How much is he sending you a month?
Listen, I am, you know, I'm a friend, you know, there's a big called Chemical Ali, man. There's a guy called Chemical Ali. He was a guy who was a propaganda minister on the Saddam Hussein during the Iraq War. I'm on the WhatsApp groups, I'm getting it all. Do I go to bed with Ollie Duvet?
Seriously, man, yo.
Listen, am I Ollie's personal?
I think you are.
Listen, Comical Addy. They nickname me Comical Addy, right? So I'm getting it. But
No wonder he's always
regardless of what, listen, regardless of what, like, I'm confessing these things, right? Yeah. Regardless of what, if I thought Ollie was the right manager, the most fans view. Because I think I value every fan's opinion. Even though I might come out and say, you know what, you're in a delusion. That's one of my favourite words.
Yeah.
It's not for you to cause offence. My opinion is not more important than any other fan's opinion. We all love United. We all want the club to do well. But
we're not.
If we had the structure, Aaron, I wouldn't be too arsed. And you know that. Deep down, you know that.
It's not going to happen anytime soon.
Listen, if we don't have the structure,
It's not like it's gonna happen. Not even this season. Like, I'm saying, unless the Saudis decide.
Saudis come.
We're buying.
They're not coming, by the way.
the
That guy's trolling you all, by the way.
It's true. No, it's verified on Twitter.
No.
The guy who's
listen,
bro.
He's verified on Twitter.
I don't know.
Okay, let me break some news to you. Breaking news.
Go on.
My guy works for the government. He just bought a newspaper. He's been having Man United fans on an absolute fluke, mate. He's fluted away. I'm telling you know why? Because he wants to attract. Saudi Arabia, they're opening their markets up, they're opening the country up, right?
Right.
They want any sport, anything to get from, especially in the Middle East, right? They're like controlling majority of stuff.
Yeah.
They're bullying countries, you know what I mean? They're doing they're murdering people. They're genocidal regime. This guy, who's coming out on Twitter, is setting up a media company, mainly a newspaper. He's playing all of us on the flute. Those of you who want to...
I've never been so confident.
My guy's opening a newspaper. What is he doing? Attracting traffic. Trust me, saying I know inside of you.
Why are you trying to down high? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You want the Glazers to stay forever?
No, I don't.
He's a Glazer puppet. I'm telling you, man.
The Glazers, obviously, we already know the Glazers support people like Trump. Do you know what I mean? Glazers already, listen, the Glazers, there's not a one billionaire who's ethical. Every billionaire makes money. But I'm saying to you, killing a couple of people in there, but committing a genocide is a different thing.
Okay.
Right? Different thing.
I agree.
Just to finish on that.
Yeah.
And yo,
No, we're not finishing on it. There's not long to go. Let's go talk,
yeah.
man.
But, no, I feel like you're a Glazer sympathist and you're wrong. And that's that.
Accusations,
And that's
you know.
that. Aaron, happy with yesterday, obviously the result yesterday.
Yeah, man, I was happy. Only thing that I said is that now the real competition starts. Because obviously people forget, we still have 2 games left in the group stages.
Yeah.
We still have Alkmaar at home and Astana away. But after that, that's when the real competition starts because the teams from the Champions League are starting to drop down.
Yeah.
And it's looking like some really good teams could calm down, bro. I'm looking at Lyon, looking at Leverkusen. Teams like
Leipzig.
No, Leipzig they're first of the group, so they're going through.
Maybe Atalanta.
Atalanta could be coming down.
What about the group of death? Who's in the bottom?
It's between Dortmund. It's between Inter Milan and Dortmund. So I would prefer to play Inter Milan than to play Dortmund. That's all I'm going to say, because Dortmund are devastating.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at, you know, very, very strong teams. So those people are coming down into the Europa League now, and this is where the real deal starts.
Yeah.
If you don't have, I know I keep going on about tactics, but when those teams drop down into the Europa League and it's the knockout phase, when you don't have proper tactics, you get found out so quick. And you get punished in seconds. Within seconds, you get punished.
No, the standard is different.
And because now, let's say the standard is here for the Europa League. As soon as that round of 32 comes, the standard is here. And teams raise their level up. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's a free ticket to get to the Champions League.
You happy with that front three last night? Could that be the one for Brighton, or do you still think James?
No, James. I think James is ending off. James is one of the.
Even if it's like a bit flat form at the minute.
Flat form or not flat form, one thing I like about James is that he's
dangerous.
a constant threat.
Yeah.
He's a constant threat, and he doesn't give defenders any.
He's giving us like 2-3 pens now.
Yeah.
But did you like the interchange of yesterday? Greenwood, quick football around the edge of the box.
You know what?
Battering the hole and.
Do you know? Listen, I understand. Obviously, we need the positivity. We've not had any wrong with it. They're a League 2 standard. With all due respect.
They were awful.
Last night, I've got a bad knee, right? I've had 4 knee surgeries. And I think I could have played in Man United midfield last night.
Well, and number 20.
I've not played for 3.5
That number 20 was good though. The one, the little brother. Where's he from?
I don't know, man. I'm going to have to do my
He
research.
looks like a Cecil. I thought it was Cecil at 1 minute.
No, he's from the same country as
Guinea.
Guinea. He's from the Navigator.
Look like you know the Cecil of this
from the same country, Navigator, yeah.
Bro, there was one point, he was surrounded by 3 players and he just like toyed with the ball.
You see what he did to your boy?
He said it to him.
Listen, he need to send him to the show to get normal. He get him to go and get a couch, a table, to go and get the rest of curtains. He sent him to proper furniture shop.
If anyone knows the name of the guy, put it down in the comments.
Yeah, man, that guy sent McTominay, he sent McTominay back to Scotland. Come back. Do international.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And another player that I liked was the Japanese guy.
He was
The problem with him is a lot of European teams have scouted him before in the past. Is that he's all run till the final moment.
Yeah.
Now you can be all pace and all this till the final. If your decision making is not in the final moment, and that's what makes the good players from the really top players.
But that number 20.
I'm not getting gas. So this game, I've wiped it out of my head.
Yeah.
Brighton.
To me,
Brighton now.
the team I'm looking at is the team that played against Bournemouth. And I think, even though the conditions didn't help, I'm just thinking that those bottle jobs are still going to turn out against Old Trafford.
In our group as well,
Brighton.
Alkmaar wiped away Astana 5-0.
That guy, what's it, that brother called the wide position.
This is where I'm going to be very critical of Ollie. Very critical.
That's what I said. I think you should go.
This is where I'm going to be very critical.
Alkmaar.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be very critical of Ollie.
Oh, Brighton.
When in those 2 games, remaining games, now that Man United have qualified. If I don't see young players getting picked,
exactly.
Ollie.
Exactly.
I can't defend him. Amount of times I've come.
Yeah, but you can't defend him, but you don't say anything though.
No, I do say something. I say it's wrong. When I mean I can't defend him, I mean it's indefensible what he's doing.
Like, because now he's got no choice.
That's what I'm saying to you. He's indefensible.
No choice.
Listen, I've literally wrote Ollie. I said, Ollie, I can't defend you anymore when you keep picking a guy who should be with his pipe and slippers like Ashley Young. I'll help him to that chair. I'll just get him that chair. We'll put together. Get him a chair.
Judging by his little flick and over the crossbar, nearly killed it through. You know what, man?
You know what? You don't help how long that ball came. 30 yards. If you're a professional footballer, if you can't control that ball, credit where it's due. Against a team like that, League 2.
It should be.
Bottom of League 2.
Should be standard.
Come on now.
Okay, Brighton on the weekend. For me, I said it. If we lose to Brighton, he's got to go, mate. He's got to go. Like Klaus said, he's got to go.
Time to go. Wow. What is that? That's where is the flip flop. Because what you need to do, the magic.
I said it with chest,
Because some of your viewers will just say, well, 1 minute you're jumping on the bandwagon.
Listen, mate. Listen. I've not heard that song,
I'm saying this.
To be fair, United fans have pushed that. Big up the fans, though. Big up the fans.
I've
Ole. And then it comes out. And some of the fans look at each other and go, we don't. I swear down, bro. Soon
That's all you hear.
Especially, you know what? I've noticed the timings of something, because when the video was on us in the stadium, when United fans start singing, ole, when they think the result is guaranteed. When the result is guaranteed, they're like, last couple of minutes, I'm not defending.
I don't get the fans that just start, they start going all there, and then by the end of it, it's like, fucking Fred, you fucking wanker. Oh my God, man.
Hey, but Brighton, man, I think we can't be losing to them because that would be too much, man. We lost against Palace, we lost against West Ham, we lost against Bournemouth, we lost against Brighton.
You know what? Now they've got good technical players.
It's got to be a quick start.
They brought this Belgian done from Genk, Trossard.
They're on a quick result, mate.
He's good.
We've got to get him in.
And they've got
He's
the
Villa
young
fan. Last game they played in the Brighton Villa.
The young Irish kid, Connolly. You know that guy that scored a brace against Tottenham.
Yeah.
He was very good.
You know what, man? They went from like playing Route 1 football now to technical football. Brighton.
I told you
that manager's done well now.
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter.
Yeah. Listen, it's in the honeymoon period, the start of the season. He's doing well. When they get 1 or 2 injuries, can they cope? That's the thing I have about some of these teams.
Yeah.
When they get 1 or 2 injuries, can they cope? Would they be able to cope with it? They're playing good football at this moment, but as managers we found out with those small, especially smaller teams, they struggle. They struggle once it comes to that playing too many games and they don't have that week to prepare because they're not in Europa League and that's what I'm saying to you. So it's going to be difficult.
It's a pressure job.
To me, it's about the first 25 minutes, how United play.
Yeah.
If we don't score in those first 25 minutes, then the game, they could win it.
When a draw in Britain.
It's always been like this though. Like we've always had to the first 25 to.
Because one thing I would say, if we get a goal and the crowd get up, it's going to be very intimidating for them. Right?
Yeah. Would you for you? Is it gone if you lose to Brighton? Or is the walls out there to say, you know what?
I don't think.
I tweeted out if you lose, he has to go. So I'm going to stick by that.
Yeah.
But listen, no. This is your point of view. So he has to go. Do you actually think? Right. I'm going to put this perspective to you. Right. There's a buffer. The fan base is split. There is a buffer. There is a lot of fans like me who think sacking another manager ain't gonna do. It's gonna set us backwards, right? And also, I want you to put some respect on Ollie's name. So these are 2 questions, right? First one. Well, before we go, no, it's gonna be a long podcast. I'm sorry. Lots to say. Lots to get off my chest.
European podcast to do.
Listen, lots to get off my chest.
Yeah, go on.
So, you know, and I know that the club have made a decision. They've come out. One of the things where Ollie's clever has come out and said what Woodward wants him to say and the media people want him to say. He's come out and basically thrown himself under the table in terms of some certain fans like you guys by coming out and saying, well, I didn't want to sign players because they weren't the right players and stuff like that. He said that. But that means they ain't, whether you think you should go or not, I don't think that unless something drastically happens, like really bad, where there's an unrest within the changing room and in terms of like the players infighting and not listening to Ollie anymore, then because it's always easier to sack one guy and the coaching staff than to sack all the players. And I don't see that happening. One thing, right? So the Glazers are used and able with them. It's not stupid. They're Machiavellian. Those of you check out Nicholas Machiavelli. Machiavellian in their way of thinking is that they know people like me and that they've literally emotionally manipulated, right? And Ollie is also using that same manipulation against them and saying, well, if you get rid of me, I've stuck up for you all this time. I'm saying these things. I'm defending you against the fans.
So the question
I think if the decision is going to be made, the decision will be made at the end of the season. So whether he has to go, I don't think Ollie's going to go unless Man United are getting relegated. That's my opinion.
I've said it as well. I don't think
that's my opinion. Because you have to understand who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with.
They sat boys.
Yeah, but
after
you're not
9 months.
Because
he's not better than boys, you know.
Look at the squad Moyes had. If the same squad, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the same,
he's got a better squad. Saeed. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got a better squad than Moyes has.
Saeed, now.
Are you kidding me?
Listen to this, Saeed. Seriously, please hit the comments, guys. I beg you, please.
Okay, let's run through it. Let's run for the squad.
No.
Are you kidding me? Let's run for the squad.
How many times league winners did he have in his squad?
No, aging players.
Aging players. Do you have heard that was going to? Vidic could have played on. Do you not think Vidic left
Nah, he was on his last legs.
No, he wasn't.
He got spun about by Suarez.
That's a lie.
He got spun about by Suarez.
He got
Torre
spun about by Torres before him, and he was still a captain.
Let's go by one by one. Let's go by one by one.
You know how many leaders? You talk about leaders. You know how many leaders? How many captains was on that team? You know how many real captains were in that team?
Which brings me to my point. I want to say this.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry on this one.
Quality. There was better quality now than the boys.
The reason why I would, if after if we lose, the reason why I would be Ollie out is because one of the reasons as well is look at the previous managers that were here and look at the players we were linked with. Some of them were necessarily not my first choice if I was manager. For example, Mourinho, he was there, we would get linked to the likes of Perisic and Willian. They're not my first choice kind of players to come to United.
Now, Perisic was the guy that, to me, coached me up till this day. Because then Lukaku would have been just a header guy. With the guy who could put the ball in. Both feet. Both feet. So to me, the thing that I agree with Mourinho with is that Man United should have splashed. That's what I'm saying to you. This is who we're owned by. Right. A guy that they gave a new contract to. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. They gave Mourinho a new contract when he's been there a year and a half. They backed him with certain sort of transfer, and then when it was 5 million, they were absolutely going bits over 5 million. 5 million to give to Inter Milan, and they were like, no, we're not going to.
That's supposed to.
No, that's the truth. Come on, that's the truth.
That's the kind of players we were linked with. Van Gaal and Moyes, we were linked to the likes of Cruz, Schneider, everyone. You know it. You know the stories. But now look at Ollie, man. Look at the players we're getting linked with. In the summer, as we were like doing the transfer videos and stuff, we got linked to players from Stoke.
That's the manager though.
Stoke.
No, it's not.
With all due respect to Stoke.
Manager.
With all due respect to Stoke.
Who would have left Brig?
If
he would bring proven players.
I'm not his biggest fan, but let's say Ollie gets sacked and Allegri comes in. Do you know how many players are trying to come to United?
You want to get Longstaff and all these guys.
If Allegri comes in and he calls Dybala and goes, yo, do you want to come United? Do you not think he will be there?
ASAP.
Okay.
And then this whole narrative of we'd rather get no players than we'd rather have no players than get the wrong players. Like, what does that mean? Because that to me just means we don't want to buy these foreign players. We just want British quality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not trying to allude to the whole Brexit thing.
We are unofficially a Brexit FC club. But the reason why it could be, right? The reason why it could be because whether we like it or not, we're no longer winning the league or the Champions League. We're no longer contender for those.
And I'm fine with that.
When we buy players, certain players are here for a certain reason. Real Madrid and Barcelona always come calling because you are them playing. When a Man United, most Barcelona or Real Madrid, they would go after other big teams players because they know those players who play in those big teams and are doing well, have the temperament, can cope with the pressure of being at a big club. I think there's an aspect of Man United who was thinking, and I'm all right with that in terms of a fan, that we're sick of players being always, every summer you're thinking, oh damn, he's gonna go in, he's gonna go. Every other summer. But listen, the players are gonna go. I know that's how it works. Yeah. But I'm saying to you, we don't have the structure to be able to keep players. So I understand Ollie's way of thinking, I'm gonna buy some, like Leicester. Leicester don't all buy all foreign players. They buy in and around the league and in the championship. And then they help them develop these players.
But that's because they're Leicester.
Listen, no, I understand that. But Man United have tried to buy all these foreign players and it hasn't worked. Now, you can't blame the club in certain sense of thing. You know what? It hasn't worked. Di Maria runs away because somebody want to rob his house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like wanting to get out of there. So I understand there might be certain hesitation, but then I don't trust Woodward, and I think it's just a stumbling block. We're stumbling onto this, ricocheting into this idea. We're becoming Brexit FC. Now, you guys, I wanted to put some respect on Ollie's name. One reason. Under Mourinho, even though when I was Mourinho out, I had to put respect on Mourinho's name because I seen one or two players that were certain improvements. Under Mourinho, have you seen? Tell me a time where you've seen Martial playing hold up play like he's been playing the past couple of weeks since he come back from injury, and before. Explain something to me.
Down to Ollie?
Are you kidding me? I have never seen working that hard, holding that ball up.
I agree with Said. this guy, he's been a number 9 before. He's played number 9 throughout the academies. He's played number 9 with he's played with the youth teams with France. He's played as a number 9. He's always been a number 9. He's always been.
It was a substitution.
People are saying, oh, look at the signings Ollie has made.
I'm not into that. I'm not into the Ollie signing.
What I'm trying to say is Daniel James was.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay. What I'm trying to say to different fans is Wan-Bissaka was an obvious signing.
Of course.
Maguire, obvious signing.
Of course. But I went Koulibaly. That's what I got it right.
But let's say it's an obvious signing. Daniel James was a recommendation from Ryan Giggs. Let's get that straight.
No, that's fact. That's a fact.
But then back to Martial. He's always been.
No, I have never seen Martial work as hard as he is now on movement.
But that's because people didn't because before he came, nobody really watched him because we didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
But when people that did watch him, people that watched him with Monaco, they know.
No, I watched him for Monaco.
Go to France and ask people what type of player was Martial.
Where was he played in Monaco?
Up front.
No, he wasn't a striker.
Was.
Bro, how much you betting? How much are you betting on camera? He played. Guess where he played from? Majority of games. Look it up. He played from the left.
The game against Arsenal.
He played as a two guy. He played as an inverted attacker.
No,
he did not play as a centre forward. That one game.
It wasn't just one game.
Guys. Put out to the comments.
I watch Monaco. I watch Monaco League games. Trust me.
Guys.
They already had 2 wingers.
Okay. Coming into that, right? Yeah. Whether we're wrong or right, I have never seen since he's been there, even under Van Gaal, what Martial is doing now. I didn't see him under Van Gaal. I didn't see.
You seen it under Van Gaal?
Listen, no. I seen the goals. I seen the goals. No, I seen the goals. Listen, I seen the goals. But I didn't see the hold-up play and getting people into play like that. I have never seen that.
That's not down
That's coaching.
Because you know why?
Do you remember my fan camp?
Do you know why?
Crystal Palace and saying I have never seen Martial work that hard, work defenders that hard. Martial used to walk around and soak. Even though I was the biggest fan,
do you know why?
He couldn't. Every time when he lost the ball, he would just walk, and everybody was shouting, "You, Saeed!" Well, like this kid, who does he think he's? You know, I've got him. He's there. I've got him there on the internet, coming out and slating him for the lack of effort, for the lack of heart.
Do you know why I disagree?
Now.
What was that about?
Do you know why I disagree with you? Because if Martial's doing it, why is Rashford not doing it?
No,
Rashford is his favourite.
No, listen to me.
And Rashford was playing in that position for nearly 10 games. The whole period that Martial was out, Rashford was playing as a number 9.
We already know Rashford has never been a striker.
Then why did Greenwood not play there?
Listen, he's never been. He come out and said, did you listen to the press conference today? No. There's been. I don't want to put the kid on hold, but there's other things going on. There's other issues with Woodward, right? Sorry, with Greenwood. There's other things that are going on around his family life. I don't want to put him on blast, but there are things going on. And he said if he would have trained as hard and worked as hard in training, he would have been to fight to go and play in a team. That's one player I think about. Now, we need to come about now to bring into this. So you disagree with me, that's fair enough, you have your opinions. Yeah. But I have never seen under any manager since Martial first walked through the door, Martial chasing defenders, bustling defenders, going at it, holding the ball up like he is just.
And you've got to remind as well. It's consistent. It's not.
Inconsistent. No. I'm just saying to you that is a thing we have to notice. And if you're going to give that other managers the kudos, you have to give Ollie a kudos. Yeah. And you can't just say it's not Ollie. You can't say that. But the final thing I would say on this one is that whatever happens against Brighton, sometimes our players and as a team, and that's why I deep down when I look into myself, I think, okay, you know what, I'll agree with that. You know what, do you think it's easy for me just to think, you know what, I don't agree and I'm not exhausted about what we're watching and how much horrendous quality we have on the pitch. I'll be Ollie out to think, Ollie out. If there was structure, 100%, and Ollie was messing up and Ollie had the players, that the squad that we should have had in the summer, I'll be Ollie out. But we don't have that. And to big it all, they're throwing it under the table, and Woodward cannot be afforded to sack a manager or to hire the next manager, because I promise you, whatever you bring in, Allegri, Mangos, all of these guys, they have to come with a sporting director. and people who know what they're doing in the transfer market, or else we're back to square
Just
one.
want to quickly wrap up this up.
Let's
Brighton prediction.
Yeah.
Because we could go all day with this match.
No, we could do it all day, mate. Let's go.
Right.
2 hour podcast.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Brighton, quickly, what's your prediction and your formation?
David De Gea, Brandon Williams, Maguire.
Because Young's suspended, by the way.
Yeah. So
Thank God for that. Oh,
Your boy.
Hallelujah.
Your guy.
Oh.
You got to be your
You know what? I've never drank, but I might have a pint to that. Can I get a pint, please?
There's someone there, by the way.
David De Gea, Brandon Williams left back, and then it's going to be Rojo and Maguire. Right back Wan-Bissaka. Holding midfielders.
We're begging Scott's. All right, that's how we are. When you ask the question,
I hope.
what kind of a club we are, we're begging for the fitness of Scott McTominay, and you think it's Ollie's the fault.
I
That
hope.
just shows you.
What's that mean?
That just shows you.
I-
It's about
no,
recruitment.
to be fair.
It's a recruitment.
To be fair.
Recruitment.
To be fair, you should.
Anything to say Ollie in.
No,
It's a joke.
You
no.
shouldn't-
Recruitment, mate.
To be fair, you shouldn't have played Scott against the pub team yesterday. You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
You should have played Ghana.
Well, that's why I'm going to criticise him if he doesn't play kids.
I'm still not sure about this Ghana kid as well.
In the 2 Europa League games.
I'm still not sure about this Ghana kid.
Imagine he plays a full strength team.
Oh, that, especially going away, travelling to Astana.
Imagine-
When we come back, we've got Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham, yeah. Imagine he does that. But anyway, McTominay.
Ollie,
Fred-
there's certain things I can't defend you about this, mate. Seriously.
But still Ollie in,
I
still Ollie
can't,
in,
I
though.
can't. No, because sacking him ain't gonna change. If you told
Still
me
Ollie
it's gonna
in,
change miraculously, if you can guarantee me, I'll be like, Ollie, I'll get him out. I'll be like, Ollie, it's been a pleasure, pal.
I mean, you got him last night.
No, I've got this. We've got this structure now. It's been. Thank you so much for what you did, but there isn't. So stop it.
McTominay, hoping he's alright. Fred.
Believe that. Man United.
That's all we've got, man. That's all we've got.
Yeah.
So McTominay, hoping he's alright. Fred. I've got the feeling that he's gonna play Pereira in that number 10 again.
Yeah.
Because Jesse's dead.
Oh
So
God.
That's it, man. Let's
talk about it. mate.
No. I don't want to talk about that. I feel sad, man.
Jesse Lingard, man, Mr. Million.
I want to give him a hug, seriously.
No, mate.
I don't know, man. I said
What happened to the Muwa?
Apparently, you know what? I mean, he's a young dad now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got a kid, So I don't know, maybe that's it. Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe, you know what? These things affect you. They're human beings.
Maybe.
I don't honestly. Shadow.
Yeah.
A shadow of the player.
Yeah,
And you know what, Jesse? You know, I've known you.
Even the clothing brand.
And I think,
I've got love for you, you know.
I don't know what's going on in his private life, but I think Ollie is starting to not fancy him anymore.
Yeah.
I've got this feeling like
From free?
he's starting to freeze in.
What's happened to
a little
Matic?
bit.
Just he can't be.
What's your overall prediction?
So Pereira number 10, and then it's going to be Rashford left, Martial up front, and then Daniel James.
What's your score?
It's going to be a tough game. 1-0 win.
I'm with 2-1. What's your?
We score a penalty.
Similar team.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, obviously, I'm just happy to
I'd
see
put
Brandon.
Bombata in the hole.
You know what? Brandon Williams. I'm just happy to see some energy on the left. Somebody who's going to contribute. Somebody who's going to overlap Rashford.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to be quicker to get him back.
Score prediction?
I mean, we're at home, so regardless of whatever team we got, I always fancy Man United at home, and it's just always that's the culture. That's where I've been brought up to understand that. But when we're begging on the fitness of Scott
Masterclass.
Oh God! Well, we're sweating on the fitness of that guy.
It's crazy.
And you know what? They've had a rest. They've had a week's rest. They're planned for this game.
Come on, you got
They
Charlie
know.
at home win.
You know what?
All his jobs on that.
Stop about all this. That's the thing about it. We fundamentally. This is not just a banter. We fundamentally disagree. That I know the games, the three-dimensional chess the Woodward and the Glazers are playing,
Yeah.
and you guys have just seen it from
Quick prediction.
1-0. You know what? I would agree because we don't score more than
1-0. Last week's predictions have been 1-0.
1-0.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry to say, but to me, I'm looking at a team who had more than a half to try to get one goal against Bournemouth and they couldn't do it.
Yep.
Aaron, socials, man. Been a good podcast.
Yeah.
No, we're not done yet.
No,
One
we
more
are.
question.
We've got to wrap it up, man.
Wrap it up, man.
I'm trolling them now. All of your trolling needs. You know where to get.
Aaron, socials.
Mr. Aaron UTD, you know where to find me.
Ole,
everywhere.
ole,
We're up to 3K, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to do a European podcast after this.
Yes.
Nuruddin, the guy who said. The guy who said.
Ole.
The guy who said Pochettino is no better manager than Ollie.
Listen.
The guy, straight jacket talk, this is the guy.
We're talking about current records. On current record, Pochettino, who has individual, especially the first 11, individually a better player, each per player, better attacking players, better midfielders, crumbling. That guy looked the most. Come at me. You know where is that?
Guys,
Ollie.
Guys, straight jacket dog has been to
Ollie.
Get your hand there, man. I'm Ollie out, mate. Ollie, I'm gonna shake Ollie out, man. You get me? Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. It went a bit all over the place, but this is what it's all about. No rules, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video, subscribe to United Central.
10K.
We're up to 10K, guys.
10K, let's go.
If you're watching this and you're new, like the video, subscribe to United Central. And hopefully United can get a win. If not, Ollie, I'm coming for you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Peace.
Straight jacket is back next week then, yeah? Hey!
Take care, guys.
I've borrowed it now, but it's back to you next week.